Nah, I'd headbang. Shut up, Windows. You ruined my meme. God damn it. All right. Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time to get out of here, Lumens. It's time to show you guys how I made Nah, I'd win. I used Dimension Expander. I never used Dimension Expander. Okay, so, I'm not the biggest fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't hate it. I like it. You know? It's okay. I fucking hated the Shibuya arc. Don't kill me. I just thought it was way too many people dying. Not like, oh, that I cared about the characters too much. It's just like so much for like senseless killing. It's not like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that people, it's not like for like the effect that they're dead. It's just more like we can't get to see enough of those characters anymore. Like, I guess the point I'm trying to say is that I felt alienated in that arc. Like people that we knew were kind of just leaving us, and not in the emotional way, just like the entertainment way. Like these cool characters are gone now. Like now you just feel so alienated, you know? It was cool when Gojo was gone, but like fucking, what's her name? The ginger girl, she's gone. And oh shit, okay, all right, spoiler, sorry. Anyway, the point is, I like Jujutsu Kaisen, and I kind of capitalized on the fact that it was pretty popular at the time, and I decided to make this track. Shameless of me to say, fuck it, I did it for the I did it for the views, but I also did it because it was fun, and I did it because I was taking a walk, and I'm like, you know what? How cool would it be if I just did like, because I was just walking and listening to Skrillex's track, I'm like, how cool would it be if I just had a drop where it's just like Yoichi Tenkai Murio Kujo, and then just, I'm like, that sounds really cool. Let me put that to paper, and then it just turned into this. That was way louder than I was expecting. So let's run down how this track works. So obviously the drop went first because, like I said, I got that idea of like, you know, fucking Infinite Void, and then suddenly the drop. It was the English voice actor first. No, I lied. It was always the fucking Japanese dub. And then I had like this drum line. Which is just a bunch of Cashmere drums, I'm pretty sure. Oh, cymatics, of course, because I gotta get that cool kid dubstep in there, bro. But yeah, and it was kind of just constant like this. Okay, I'm putting on headphones because like I don't want you guys to like wait 3 hours for me to speak because of the sidechain. Okay, as I was saying. So, I had the fucking Gojo here, and I put so many effects on Gojo because I wanted him to sound cool. So without it, he just kind of sounds like with this.
Yoichi Tenkai Murio Kujo.
But with the effects, so I'm triggering this like demonic effect with the frequency shifter, ancient technique from the Aztecs, that I'm triggering on a specific interval.
Yoichi Tenkai Murio Kujo.
Right there. And the regular demonic effect is kind of always there, actually. Reduce ambience, you all know what that does. Fancy mono, that I'm kind of like messing with the width, going from mono to wider for like a rising effect, and some pretty normal reverb that I am working up as he keeps getting closer to like actually unleashing the technique. It's all like a rising effect, like, and the drop. I'm so bad at explaining things. Anyway, I may be acoustic, okay? Listen, so vocoder, I'm also automating from 100% to 0. Guess it's cool. Another vocoder, which is just kind of, oh yeah, it's being modulated by this, which is just the main dubstep bass, but you can't hear it. It's like a main dubstep bass that when I was trying to recreate Skrillex Kill Everybody, and it was like 30% there, and I just called it Tickle Everybody, and like there it is. Made it really slow, and I just made that the carrier, and it's kind of modulating this a little bit. Fat Rack, first time I ever actually used an ancient clone of VR's Fat Rack, because I already have my own Fat Rack. But I'm like, you know, fuck it, I don't have time to like fucking tweak Big Yoink every 3 seconds. Fuck it, we're gonna do it my way, and I'm just fucking boom, just VR. Valhalla Vintage Verb, as yep, I called it. I'm also, the reverb's going from 100% to 0 for some reason. Oh, never mind. No, the reverb's not even there. It's doing literally nothing. It's actually doing nothing. I only trigger it in one specific instance. That's interesting. And just an EQ, which I am modulating. What is that exactly? Number 1. So like a high pass, sort of. I don't know, man. I'm weird. I just like to tweak every tiny little detail of everything. and the sidechain to the spooky kick, which is just the sidechain. There you go. So that's all that for just one single fucking vocal. You know, just your regular effects are gonna like a crash. I started this. I didn't know how I was gonna start this because like I finished the drop first, and then I'm like, how the fuck? I haven't made dubstep in nearly 3 years, right? I'm like, how do I do this? I don't know how to make fucking dubstep intros and shit. So I'm like, okay, fuck this. I mean, I guess, you know, going back to how what everybody's inspiration was, Skrillex. I'm like, okay, fuck it. He loved breakbeat, you know, like breaks. Let's fucking do that. Let's add breaks. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let's make my own break. And like, there, with Cashmere, of course, break in the background. And I'm like, okay, we got this cool break. There's a bunch of crazy effects. Don't judge me. This is dubstep. OCT on everything, all right? OCT on breakfast. And then I like did this sort of. I forgot the way this is looking. Yeah, so the way this looks tells me, this was a while ago, so I can't remember quite well, that I just kind of jammed this out on my keyboard. Trust me, I know myself. This is obviously what that is. I was just probably fucking just doing this. Just, and I'm like, whoa, 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 go back. And then I like quantized that. And that's pretty much exactly what it was. So I got this, which is a really old bass that I actually never put to paper. And I turned that into just, I pitched it up a little bit and left the FM, added some reverb and delay, and there you go. You got this cool, weird, you know? And I never really like to put any of these on trigger. I like it to be free, you know? I like change. I like evolution. So I let it run wild. I love freedom. What can I say? I'm American. With like a bass in the background. Which is just, you know, sub. It's just a sub bass. What can I say? That's pretty much it. I forgot to turn that off. I added some release mono. That means the notes don't overlap each other. And that's about it. Crash. Sweep. Some woo, woo, woo from Cashmere for no reason. And then, of course, actually the vocals, all those vocals that you hear throughout the track came later, came completely last. I wasn't gonna add them, but I'm like, this sounds so empty, so boring. So I'm like, okay, let's just get go on fucking 9anime and get Gojo, you know, and just fucking record him. And I'm like, yeah, okay, how about this part where he's like high as fuck?
Hey there, it's been a while, huh? Are you for real? For real, real? Hey there, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah, are you for real? It's like, I'm like, hey, this sounds kind of cool. It's like kind of epic-y. Why not? And yeah, it's just kind of rising up. I added the VR. Because, of course, I have that ancient sample pack. This is not working. Oh, no, I deactivated that, right. Because I just decided to go with a sub-sweep. Just goes wrong. Then I added these weird, like, which is just their actual basses that I made, but I just turned them into I made them beta males by just making them high pitched. Then I just have this random pad from Spire. I didn't touch that. Just did like a generic minor chord that I, again, so much VR influence. I saw VR do it. I saw him once. That was when he was making Lunar. That he found the note. He just went 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, there, I got that. Boom. That's like the yeah. I'm crazy. Anyway, so here's the actual drop itself, and I just kind of put that on a high pass and reverb. This is slowly going down. There's so much automation that goes into this shit. And I'm building that up with the drop, the breakbeat, the synth, and like Gojo losing his shit back here.
Getting started.
And there we go.
You could be right. You're so right.
Then the subsonic. There you go. Anyway, so the actual basses, I'm pretty sure that's what you guys are here for. So the main bass, it's always going to have Big Yoink. It has now evolved into a much simpler, still as effective version called Big Beef or Big Beef. Because it doesn't really make yoinks, it makes beef, you know. But yeah, it's Big Yoink. So Big Yoink, you know, it's just a bunch of rag. I think I've gone through this, you know, it's nothing special. I'm cutting the mono. This doesn't really do anything, which is why I removed it. But that's like a ring that I could add that you can hear. But no, I'm not adding that. Reduce ambience, which is not triggered right now because vocoder already kind of does that. Vocoder, just kind of normal modulator, range all the way up and down here. Bit of a Haas effect with chorus here to make it super wide, because it's the impact. You know, it's like the big impact. So I want it to be wide. I want it to slap you in the face, both ears. But just see, this is the beef here. See, that's the beef. And then just kind of parallel compression, which is really bold of me to do. Ancient me. Actually, haven't touched this thing in years. I haven't really like actually edited the rack in years since 2018. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. And it's, again, tickle everybody, but like I like just kind of like made it a lot slower. So like I said, yeah, it's literally the carrier for the vocal, but like this time you can actually fucking hear it. And that's it. And it plays once, and I believe I am muting it because it has like a lot of hail, like aliasing and like weird artifacts because of all the OTTs. Which, fun fact, you should probably record it with Audacity. They make cool sounds, and I'll show you what I mean real quick. Quick ADHD side tangent. Let me show you real quick. Where are they? Sound effects, noises. Nope, that's not it. Give me a sec, guys. It's really cool. Watch. Pretty cool stuff, you know? Anyway, that's what the main bass. And as for like what's actually making it tick, it's just really low octave saw with a lot of detune FMing from this really high octave Sam Speaks, you know, regular wavetable and Serum. Let me switch to massive. Actually, let's switch to this one. This one's cool. And that's FMing from the sub, which is I can't see it. Okay, hold on. Which is a square wave with its octave turned all the way down. That's usually my formula. That's my style with double FM, and the actual second carrier for the FM is an octave down completely. So it has like a ring, like a like super fast, so it goes like a weird ring mod sounding thing with Scream LP with some cool modulations on that. Hyperdimension filter, which is really what's making it move with like the ring mod and the equalizer, basically like a bandpass like that. Tube, also a bandpass, and it's not 100% up. It's tube distortion, by the way, and just some regular multi-back compression with some settings to make it a little softer, because I already have a lot of multi-back compression on this. Anyway, so the main bass, which is this one. Nothing to see here. It's basically the same thing. So the actual bass and what makes it tick, and I'll keep the skin the same just for you guys, is just a sine wave plus a saw wave. Same thing here, low to high. No double FM though. Although if I did, it may not have worked, but yeah, you can't really tell too much. But yeah, so that difference in like from the modulator, from the carrier to the modulator, is just so crazy. Also, I'm sorry, when I said that this was the carrier for the vocal, I meant to say this was the modulator for the vocal. I'm stupid. Anyway, reverb filter. I'm like a square. EQ, and that's like sort of this shape. A quarter. Reverb, which is also being modulated, because when you modulate reverb, especially the size in Serum, it's like a reverb filter. It goes, it just makes this cool like whooshing sound that doesn't even sound like reverb. It sounds like a cool effect. And then it's just distortion, and that's pretty much it. And of course I'm also triggering it to be mono and wide in specific intervals for, you know, contrast, you know. And I have this like, I have this cool little stab with some erosion on it for a hiss, and that's just a little chord from Spire that just goes. Again, beta male bass. I'm sorry, bass. And I just made it quiet. Mono. Second bass here. Again, nothing to see here. And now I'm doing the double FM. So all the way down, all the way up. And that's FMing from this is all the way down. It just creates a lot of weird, like the fucking Serum's like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And it makes this cool weird sound. With ring mod. That is so loud. I'm gonna turn my thing down. Distortion is all I have on this. The ring mod is enough. Same thing here. It just sounds different when that's the thing I like about it too. When you have those octave, like those frequency differences between the carrier and the modulator, every time you play it sounds different. It's really cool. That bass is kind of just like the Tickle Everybody bass, and it's on a dotted fourth, FM from this, and that's FMing from that. Same sort of formula, again, sort of my style. Ring mod with very heavy EQ, LP, and that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm triggering the width on and off and on and off, and that's pretty much it. This one, pretty much same thing. Sounds very VR, unfortunately. I didn't mean for that. Actually, what is making those ones sound so metallic? That's odd. I'm also messing with the phase, which gives it like a weird unison-y effect. Guys, I can't tell you what's making this so metallic. Actually, hold on. Oh, I turned off the fucking... Oh, I turned on the double FM. Okay, I see. Jesus, just the tiniest differences. You see, this is why I love this sort of base design formula for me. Because, like, small differences make huge changes when you have, like, the fucking differences in pitch. That one is kind of like every other one, but like I said, like tiny differences. And I think this one, yeah, I added a bunch of unison on this one, which is kind of like being modulated with a square. This does nothing. That utility is doing nothing. That's about it. That's pretty much the main basis. Second main basis. Okay, second basis. This was actually recorded. I can't tell you guys how I made this because I can't remember. But this is in Harmor in FL Studio. And it's just weird shit with the big yoink on it. Big beef I recreated in FL. Yeah, it's like weird Harmor additive shit. I made mono. Made some slight compression here to keep it balanced. Yeah, nothing crazy. So this one is slightly different because I added some erosion and stuff on it and some redux to make it really crunch. And this is different. Debussy. And this is FMing from that. This is actually got its octave at 0 this time. And there's FMing from square. Bring mod 2. Delay. It's really fast delay. Just making this like super grainy and shit. Multi-band compressor. Equalizer that's kind of moving the high pass once. I'm usually the low pass guy. Reverb filter from 0 to 100 and distortion. And this one is taken from my tutorial where I recreated Kyoto, and I just kind of messed around with some stuff. Don't recall what, but I did a double FM again, but this time the square is actually normal. Scream LP, kind of just doing its thing, gentle, I guess, FMing from this, FMing from that, and then delay again, metallic-y nature of it, and then it goes like on the EQ. I don't know, I'm so bad at explaining things. You guys know what I mean. It's like parallel filtering, I guess. Same thing. Redux and shit. Because I wanted this to sound very crunch. And some specs of the old basses here and there. And that's about it, actually. And this is the last one. So it's like the exact same thing, but like... What is different? Oh yeah, I turned the octave all the way down. And I made it a little faster. I sped it up. I moved the LFO. Like on a, yeah, on an 8. Oh yeah, this was, I think that was from Berserk, the 97 anime. Nah, sorry, the 2017 anime. Funny metal pipe sound. And just some, like, effects in the background, I guess. Oh yeah, it's actually quite simple. Worry about every individual little thing. I'm just very lucky it all actually worked together. And I was thinking of just kind of grabbing them all, lowering them until they don't hit 0, and then stebbing them out so I can mix and master it. But I'm like, no, you know, with this type of music that's so dependent on clipping and distorting, it's gonna mess it up. It's gonna sound really weak. So I just decided to master it this way, which is not the worst thing in the world because we're not actually adding any amplification of the volume. We're just kind of using what we have now, the volume that we have now, as kind of the maximizer. So I just put a Pro L on that, and we're actually already hitting like around here. on the RMS. So if you guys want to actually know when your track is loud enough, you know, it used to be -8 was pretty adequate. Now -6. Now we're hitting in -2, which is insane. -2 is perceived. The RMS is perceived loudness, is how loud things sound, not how loud they actually are. You know, how long the sound takes to decay. And around here is usually the golden ratio. And we're not talking about Steel Ball Run here. But around here is like dubstep. I kept it around here because I didn't want to go crazy. Because if I pushed it too much, you're going to hear that it's not going to have enough impact on the drums. Not even close. And it's just going to sound like a fucking chihuahua crying. So yeah, I just kept it pretty much normal. Didn't really mess with that. I added some fresh air, cool plugin. I turned this area down a little bit because it was pretty harsh. You also mess with the volume here. And essentially what it does is it's like an equalizer with a little bit of saturation. It just kind of adds air, really. Adds fresh air. Like around this area here, which is actually pretty risky, but it does it quite well. Anyway, some saturator on soft side. I'm turning down the distortion a little bit because it is a little too aggressive, and that's just to give it just a tiny bit more volume. Some generic EQ, didn't really add anything crazy. I just cut below 30 hertz and then above here because you can't hear that stuff, and then just just cut the fucking that area because like everything here should be mono. And that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy on the mastering. Sometimes, it's very rare, but sometimes when if your mix sounds loud enough, it sounds perfectly fine the way it is. There's just slap a limiter in that bad boy, add the toppings, not the toppings, add like the fucking, you know, like the wax coating and like fucking add the sprinkles and shit. And you don't really have to actually export everything and like fucking go into every individual track and make sure that everything's like leveled and like fucking mastered. You don't always have to do that, but it's very rare. You should always probably strive for that. But actually, no, who am I kidding? You should probably strive for, like, it sounding just fine the way it is in the mix, actually, which is the way that this is here. And I don't think I did it because it sounded fine the way it is. I think I did it because I couldn't mix it down to export the stems, because this is such a clipping-reliant track. But, yeah, it worked. Thank God it worked. But, yeah, if you're doing like, dubstep and shit, definitely, like Multiplayer said, all you really need is a dB of headroom. But, mastering scares me. But thankfully, I actually made it work this time. So I hope this video, you guys learned something from this video. You learned kind of how I make my basses. I just kind of don't really put too much time to do it. I just add the big yoink and then get to work. I just make basses. That's it. Although now it's Big Beef. It's a lot simpler. Which is actually right here. I'll show you the difference. It's quite a bit different because it's a lot simpler. It doesn't have a lot of the audio effects that the original one had. See, it's just the necessary stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.